Yo, Anton, I guess what? I just had a realization. One of my big toes, there's another toe growing under it. Yeah, yeah. It was from a thing that happened a few months ago. I was doing some running and my toe got yeah. I remember it got really sore after that. It got like bruised. There was like dried blood in there, and it was pretty nasty stuff. But yeah, apparently it's like it's like, it happens a lot you've when you get like a bruise under there, and then it can cause it to lift, and then another toenail can grow under it. So that's what's happened. It's like halfway grown, and yeah. uh, yeah, I was like kind of noticing a thing on it's like this toenail's kind of loose on one side. It's kind of like it's like not attached at one side now, and then but still attached at the other side. I don't know. I hope it kind of just maybe it'll just kind of eventually break off it by itself. But I don't know. Hopefully, it's not going to end up painful or anything. But it's just I was thinking about trying to like break it off, but I don't know if I should like chop it off or whether I should just let it grow or not, or whether it'll just go away on its own, and with just time, just letting the other nail grow under it for a while until eventually it. Hi, hello, Varun. Hello, Dev. I'm from the UK. What about you? Welcome in, everybody. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. So I was just talking about the fact that I've got a second toenail growing. Hi, Ilham from Bali, Indonesia. Yeah, welcome in here. Yeah, I've heard it's a nice place in Bali. Might actually go visit there one day. I'm actually planning to go move to Southeast Asia in the near future. So yeah, maybe as early as next year, perhaps. So yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking like this might be my last Christmas here in the UK, and then I'm just gonna go as soon as it gets to New Year. Hello to you, Dev from India. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, people. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That'll be really appreciated. So yeah, hi, Emmanuel. Here we go again. Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully it's not going to be a problem. Yeah, hit the like, everybody. Let's get the likes up in here, if you don't mind. So yeah, but welcome in, everyone. I hope you've all had a good weekend. And yeah, so we've got bonfire night in two days. So yeah, I don't celebrate bonfire night. I used to like it as a kid. We have like fireworks in the garden and stuff, but as you get older, it kind of gets a point of like, what's the point? You've seen it all before. Kind of, the novelty wears off. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, 10 people watching, only one like. Can we get the likes up so then it maybe pushes out more? So if you don't mind, that would be really appreciated. So yeah, whoever's still going here, then let me know if you're watching, people. If you've got any questions, put them in the chat. We'll talk about health, well-being, etc. So I've been looking a lot into this like thing called methylene blue, and it turns out it might have a lot of health applications and stuff. So from things such as neurological problems to things such as skin issues, for example. So it may actually have some therapeutic effect on things like that. Mitochondrial dysfunction and stuff like that can, even things such as altitude sickness and hypoxia, it might actually help with things like that. So it's quite fascinating. But yeah, it's actually originally was used as a dye to dye blue jeans. So yeah, it's interesting. So that a dye that can be used for blue jeans can actually be also potentially a something that can be used for your health. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, hope everyone's had a good day so far, and yeah, let's get the likes up in here. I don't know why no one's really liking the live, but okay, there's only one person liked the live. Everyone seems to have already gone, so that's what kind of happens sometimes, is people just come in here for 1 second or 2 seconds, and they're like, oh, this is boring me, I'm going, whatever. But the real ones will stick around, so yeah, who's still here anyway? It's saying there's 0 people, like, how's that? Isn't Anton still there? But I was on a phone call with Abby, and I was saying how, like, like people like Anton, Dale, I see these, regulars that come into my lives, so you pretty much hear like almost every time. So I appreciate people like that come here regularly and support me. So yeah, what do you mean? Wave a moon? What are you on about? Okay, yeah. How are we all doing tonight, people? I hope you're all well. It's gone very quiet in here. It seemed busy for a minute, and then it just we're gone quiet. So yeah. Anyway, never mind. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully, we can get a good chat going on in here, and people want to hang out. If you want to ask questions, then go ahead and ask, but try and keep it appropriate though. Yeah, we're just down to 1, it's saying now. So hopefully some of my regulars start to join and hang out with us. Hopefully I haven't forgotten. So yeah, if you're watching, let me know. I can maybe get into a chat, perhaps, maybe if you've got anything you'd like to talk about, and let me know. Just trying to build this up and build the community. And yeah, how's it going? Baki Video Lifestyle, welcome in. Where are you from? Nice to meet you. Hope you've had a good day. Hello, Dale. Good to see you. Welcome in here. And you've made it then. That's good then. So yeah, I've just been talking about this. I think we talked about this before earlier, but the what's it called? Methylene blue. So yeah. So I'm wondering if it maybe could actually help with like autism and ADHD and things like that. Because Anton's it. Yeah. Always good to see you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I did some star jumps earlier. I did over 100 in a row earlier, actually, so I'm pretty happy about that. It's a good form of cardio. Yeah. So so I was talking earlier about like how, actually just a minute ago, like how I realized I've got a second toenail growing, which is a little bit concerning, but yeah, I'm trying to just kind of see the humor in it. That it's like I've got this one toenail hanging off, and then another one pushing through under it. Hello, Bhakti. Can we speak English in here, please? So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's gonna, it'll just kind of break off eventually, and it'll just. I mean, it's like the toenail under it's already like half grown, which is kind of to be expected. It's like, so I was looking into it. Apparently, it can take almost a year for like a toenail to grow back, but the one under it's about halfway grown back. It was about a few months ago. I think it was about 4 months ago or so, something like that. The thing happened where where I got this like bruise under my nail. I think it was like when I went for a run, and I was quite a long run, and yeah, it was kind of like uncomfortable. I remember it was, but yeah, it ended up causing it to lift because of all the blood under it, and keep the old nail turning it into a guitar pick. I suppose, that's, you could like repurpose it, couldn't you? It's one way to look at it. As they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. 100 jumping jacks, good job. Yeah. I also tried a few where I would do like kind of like jumping, kind of like a more of like a mixture of like jumping squats and stuff like that, and but those are good for like kind of your athleticism and stuff. So I try to just mix things in, and I just try to have fun with things. Sometimes I like to do like switch lunges and stuff like that, where you're doing like like jumping switch lunges. I mean, like where you You probably know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's I like to just kind of mix things up. It'd be boring just doing the same things over and over. Because I find a lot of like the bodybuilding style of training can be very boring, doing the same repetitive things for sets. I don't know. I mean, you could do like supersets and stuff like that, but it's just some of these people will be spending their ages in the gym, but there's this kind of like notion that in order to build muscle, you have to be in the gym all day. Maybe that's the case if you're like really advanced, but I mean, even then, you probably don't really have to be. But you know, if you're a beginner, then you can pretty to an intermediate level, you can pretty much get away with only training maybe like like a couple of hours a week or so. You really don't need that much. Especially if you try to make it so that you have, say, like what you do is you do a one part of your body, then rest a little bit, and then do another part of your body. So that way you don't have to rest for 2-3 minutes in between sets, because then so if people are like short on time, you can do that, and then every week you just like increase your intensity, you increase the weight that you're using, or you can do different things to, it's like do that the progressive overload, so you're challenging the muscles at every time, so you're not going to stagnate. But yeah, so that's what I'd recommend. But yeah, anyway, how are we all doing tonight, people? I hope you're all well. Oh, what's going on? It's saying we've got one person here. I'm sure they're saying right. I don't know. So sometimes it seems inaccurate, the numbers that we get. And also, yeah, can you get the likes up, people? We've only got one like on here, so maybe that will help to get it pushed out a bit more. Who knows? But yeah, well, they pushed it out at the very beginning, but it's like kind of, and then people kind of just seem to drop off. So yeah, let's see how this goes. See who shows up. Hopefully some of my regulars will be here later, and yeah, it's still early days, so yeah, we're just gotta hope for the best. Maybe they were all grossed out when I talked about my toenail, but yeah, I was just wondering, because some people might say I should go to the doctor or something like that, but I don't really like going to the doctors. I'm not really that kind of person to want to really go to the doctors unless I absolutely have to. You still get the army of trolls that come in. I don't really get trolls that much in here. It's just I get the odd ones, but not like an army of them. That got ridiculous like a few months ago. And it's like the only reason I would let them stay is because they were like adding to the viewers. They were actually helping me with my watch time. So I was like, yeah, come in here and you're helping me get my watch time up. So yeah, but as the infection got, it wasn't an infection. It's just it was just like a bruise, and then the bruise caused the toe to lift up, which then caused the toenail to lift up, and then another toenail to grow under it, which is crazy. I didn't even know that was even such a thing that could happen, but every day is a school day. But yeah, hopefully it'll just kind of eventually just go away. Like it's just, yeah. But it's still taken probably a few more months for it to fully grow back, the one that's under it. So yeah, and I don't know what's going to happen with this one over it, whether it's just going to eventually just break off. I don't like try to like, rip it off or anything, because when I tried to like lift it up, it felt like there was a bit of like discomfort with that, and I even saw it like slightly bleeding a little bit. So I was like, yeah, best just kind of like leave it for now, and just kind of maybe it'll take a while until it starts to kind of just loosen up. Eventually, maybe it'll just start to loosen up, and then it will just break off on its own, perhaps. I don't know. I'd rather just let that happen, where I don't want to be tampering with it, because it might just make things worse. So yeah, I just don't want to be doing that right now. But yeah, let's see how it develops. Maybe I'll give you guys an update. How's it going, Freak Bob? Welcome in here. If anybody's new here, can you subscribe? That would be really appreciated. Otherwise, it's only saying there's one like on here, but it'll eventually come off. Protect it in the meantime. Yeah. yeah, just gotta keep it clean and hygienic and all that. But yeah, I hope you get better. Okay, thank you. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. In Edmonds, I believe the army of trolls was one troll with no life on many accounts. Probably. Oh, yeah, thank you for subscribing, Freakbob. Yeah, a lot of them are probably just. But yeah, oh, I think it was actually a gang of people in this. There was this troll community that came in. It's some like UK troll community that they have like this Discord, and they're all like we were sharing it out with them all. I think it was a group of people all going to attack basically. So because the rate of the comments, it was unlikely that it was like one person behind it. I think there was quite a few different people in this troll community. Your thoughts on that P. Diddy being accused of DOC trafficking and so on? As far as I'm aware, yeah, there's definitely something to that, I would say. Like it's, but I don't really focus too much on these kind of things. It's just, I just see a lot of like, the downfall of Hollywood and all that, and nothing surprises me anymore, but I don't really want to be putting too much attention into things like that. It is what it is. You just gotta like, I don't know. It's just I don't focus on celebrities and people like that because I don't put them on a pedestal. I'm not like, yeah. So it doesn't really bother me. It's like, well, whatever. It's like, there's just another person to me. So if they get accused of something, it's like, yeah, well, it doesn't surprise me anyway. But I'm not gonna let that stuff kind of bother me. But what your thoughts on it are, but yeah. I'd rather put my energy into things that I have more control over, basically. It's like there's nothing I can do about any of that, so there's no point me worrying about it. It's like, yeah. It's good you don't focus on negative. Yeah, because it's all just drama. It's all just. And then sometimes I watch bits of stuff like what's going on with certain people, but it's like there's been all these different, like streamers have been accused of things. It's like, people go on and on about it, and then eventually it's like I'll just kind of get bored. It's like, I don't want to keep hearing about this stuff. There was some guy called Jack Doherty, I think he was called, and he just got, like the. Yeah, it's just like kind of got exposed as like this like clout chaser and all that. I'm not. Or what do you mean? What do you mean? There's all these people who just kind of do whatever. It's like there's it John Zerker. He was another one just doing like extreme stuff, like on because they need like the shock value. Do the most kind of like really kind of like where it's sort of, basically. On that line between legal and illegal kind of thing. Oh, it's okay, Bob. Yeah, it's like they're on that borderline between legal and illegal. They're treading that line there, aren't they? That's what they're doing. Like some of the stuff would be, some people might think it's like illegal or it's borderline illegal. Basically, it's they're harassing people and they're doing all these kind of clout chasing type of things, and it's like. It's like, I'd just rather be like genuine and someone who actually wants to put value out to the world. But I guess that's their only value is just, causing outrage or something like that. I mean, but then when you look back when you get older, is that something you're going to be proud of? Or if you have children and then they find out what a piece of shit you are, and it's like, how are you going to explain that to them, It's just. These things have consequences, you end up with a bad reputation and then you're screwed. So I think it's just going to be better for you in the long run to just be a genuine, decent person. Some people just do it for attention, but the thing is though, is that they don't understand is it's going to screw them over in the long run. This instant gratification is actually going to have long-term consequences. Like, because they can't keep doing it forever. People are going to see through it and they're That's true. Yeah, it's like eventually it's like, you know what, I don't want to be seen in the same way because I see that what they're doing. And the thing is, as the fame gets more and more to the head, they get more and more extreme with their content, and yeah, so that's what happens is they end up just kind of, they feel like they're forced into doing extreme stuff, but then the more extreme stuff they do, then people eventually will just be like, you know what, this is just getting too much now. Even those that originally were there for all the shock value, eventually they will be like, you know what, this is just getting too much. So they're clearly just trying to wind everybody up. A lot of it's just rage bait. A lot of it's, so you get a lot of rage baiters who just post videos deliberately trying to piss people off. It's like, remember there was that Sam Pepper guy who would do these crazy pranks, and a lot of it I think wasn't a lot of it fake or something, I don't know, but even if it was real, it's like they're deliberately trying to do these things to cause outrage to then get fame, whatever, but then they end up actually just screwing themselves over. They end up with permanently damaged reputation, which is almost impossible to get back from. But yeah, so this is the thing, that you end up with the consequences of a permanently damaged reputation for what, just a short-lived period of success, but they define success as, you know, how many people are watching them and all that, but a lot of them are just hate viewers, though. They're just there to kind of to hate on you. So I don't recommend, you know, you going down that path. It's a dark path to go down, and you're just gonna dig yourself into a hole that is, you know, going to be very difficult to get out of. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that whole thing. You know, it's just that they need to do like more and more extreme things to shock people, and why not just actually have some good content that you know, like educational or just something fun, just entertainment. Find your niche that people are actually going to enjoy, but yeah, that's like they crave the fame, but the problem is they get a lot of hate, and eventually people are going to get fed up. Like, yeah, these thing is, people will find somebody new as well. Like if you are doing that sort of stuff, then somebody else will be like the new flavor, you could say, like the new sensation, and then they'll just go to them, because eventually your thing will kind of die out, and it's like out with the old, in with the new. So then you just end up kind of backed into a corner, basically. That is what I like about your content, is down to earth, and you give practical advice. Yeah, that's what I want to do. You know, it's like I research, and like I said, I've been researching this, you know, methylene blue stuff, and I want to learn about it so then I can share, you know, tips with people, and like, hey, you know, have you ever looked into this? You know, it's an adaptogen. It's something that can help you adapt to different stresses in life, whether it's hypoxia, whether it's maybe, I've heard it can even be good for like the gut microbiome and stuff like that. I've heard stuff on, you know, neurotransmitters and how it can affect your mood. It can improve, you know, like your serotonin, dopamine, and all that kind of stuff. Norepinephrine, you know, that kind of stuff. So it can actually, in some cases, actually improve people's cognition, get rid of brain fog. This guy last night I had on, he said he treat his brain fog with it, and it's gone away. So yeah, you never heard of it. So that's it. You know, I'd never heard of it until recently, until last night. He came on and shared that. So this is a good thing about coming on doing these lives, because, oh, hello, Mum. Yeah. Have you heard about this methylene blue stuff, Mum? Because when I had Mick on last night, and he was talking about methylene blue, and I was just wondering if you've ever tried it for anything yourself. I was actually looking into it for whether it might actually be good for things like fibromyalgia, because, you know, when there's things like mitochondrial dysfunction and stuff like that, and it might be worth looking into, and it might even help with things like autism and ADHD and stuff like that. So there seems to be a myriad of different things that can potentially be used for. It might be like, some people might see it as like a miracle drug potentially that can, I'm not saying it'll cure things, but it might be able to like alleviate some of the symptoms of certain things to make life more manageable with different illnesses. Like I've heard it can help with things like chronic Lyme disease and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if it can help. I don't know if it will help with your heart health, but you might want to be careful when you use it to start with a very small dose and then every few days start to slowly increase it until you find a dose where it's actually starts to become efficacious, and then you can just kind of cruise at that sort of amount. So it's just something to maybe look into, because I thought it was quite exciting when I heard that, because there seems to be a lot of research on it that keeps coming out. But yeah, this stuff was actually originally used as dye for like your blue jeans and stuff. And the thing is, when you actually take it in your mouth, if you take it like in the liquid, it actually it actually turns your tongue blue. Like, it's mad that it's like actually, yeah, it actually turns your tongue blue. So yeah, that's quite interesting. And apparently it can even turn your pee blue as well. So that's what Mick was telling me last night. They actually turn. That would be quite strange to see your urine turning blue. I've heard actually that was it not asparagus? I've heard that can discolor your urine as well. I heard somewhere as well. I don't know how true that was, but if you have too much of that anyway. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Let's yeah, see what people have to say really. But yeah, how's everybody's day been? I hope you all had a good one. But yeah, it's just it's good to find new things like that, and it's like, oh, maybe this can actually be good to like for people, and it could potentially, who knows, it might help with longevity. And because a lot of people with like stress in their life, and stress is like one of the biggest killers, it might help to mitigate the stress, so then it doesn't wreak havoc on your health, protect against neurodegeneration and stuff like that. So you might, because it was found like a long time ago to have therapeutic use against Alzheimer's, but maybe if people who are maybe more predisposed to it, then might actually, or maybe have certain things like traumas and stuff, then maybe that could actually have accelerated the risk of it. And then like basically if they take this stuff, it might actually slow down the progression of it, and they've found that it might even have a rejuvenating effect in some ways, like I said, with this clearing up of brain fog in some people. So if you're finding that you have brain fog, you're getting older and your brain's not working the same, maybe you'll find that you're reverting back to almost like when you was in your 20s or 30s, that it have that such a powerful effect on some people. So yeah, we've obviously got to be careful. I've heard pregnant women shouldn't take it, and certain medications can actually interfere and it can cause issues. But obviously, yeah, just do your research. It looks very sunny for you. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's very sunny indeed. It's yeah, we're in middle of the day right now, of course. Yeah. Oh goodness. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I hope you've all had a good day. Share the live out if you can, people, and subscribe if you're new. But yeah, I'm just actually finding that stuff kind of exciting, but I don't want to get too excited, because then sometimes you might find out that it's actually not that good. But there does seem to be like some benefits to it. I don't know how much benefits. I mean, maybe I don't know. It's just like, people talk about cold showers and stuff, and I heard some people saying that they're not necessarily that good, but I think they can help with like with your mood. I find like they can, like if you're ever feeling a bit kind of like lethargic and kind of meh, maybe try a cold shower, because that might help. Might help to just like kind of shock your system, like wake it up, and then you feel like this kind of dopamine from that. So yeah, for me it's around 9 p.m. Yeah, it's like 7:41 p.m. here right now. I was just being stupid. Very dark for me. Yes, it is dark here as well. I was just like taking the piss really, but yeah. What is going on? It seems to be a bit dead in here tonight, so yeah, I don't know. Where are all my regulars at, eh? I don't know. Yeah, I've got a PayPal link if anyone wants to support me. I've not really been seeing like people like Tiggle in here much. I don't think I saw it all yesterday, or like, at least not in the night time anyway. Actually, I don't know if I saw it yesterday, but I haven't seen her at all today. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like people aren't really coming here that much because I'm on YouTube and then, when not on, TikTok anymore, and people just don't seem to really care. They're just kind of like, some people do, but I don't know. A lot of people don't know what's going on. A lot of people are like, they don't know what's happened to me. They're just kind of, but it is what it is. Some people aren't going to come watch me over here, I guess. And people are like, oh, I don't have YouTube. It's like, well, yeah, but you can still come and watch if you want. And it takes like a minute or two to make an account. So there isn't really any excuses. I mean, if people really wanted to come over, then they would actually come and watch. But that's what some people like, unfortunately. I don't want to restart it in a minute because it's kind of gone quiet. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do really. There's not anyone really talking at the moment. I need to have a proper conversation in here really. So yeah, is Dale still there? Yeah, welcome in everybody. Yeah, share this out if you can, people. Yeah. Sorry, missed comments, was just put in parrot 2 variables. Okay. Yeah, that's okay then. So you've looked into this thing then, this methylene blue. So I was talking about. I was wondering if you'd actually, because I know you've heard a lot of different health stuff. You was into a lot of these different things like CoQ10 and all these different fancy sort of health supplements and things. I was just wondering if you ever tried it or considered it or anything, or it's supposed to have a myriad of different potential health benefits for certain people with different conditions. But yeah, it's said to be able to help improve energy in the cells. It's helped to produce more mitochondria and more mitochondrial function. To produce more ATP. I mean, that the ATP is the energy source that the mitochondria produces, and it's basically I'm visiting Berlin right now. Oh yeah, it's in Germany. Yeah, cool. How are you finding it? I'm planning to move to Southeast Asia soon. My cousins live there, just paying a visit. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, how are they doing then? Yeah. Going to have an early night, a lot of inflammation tonight with fibromyalgia. Even muscles in my face are hurting me really well. That is terrible. Look into methylene blue. I wonder if it might actually help with stuff like that. So it might help with your possibly your nervous system and all that, and help with just regulating your mitochondria and all that. So just maybe it can help. Who knows? And you might be able to get your health back on track, and you can get it might be the thing that you need to start to feel healthy again. You might be able to start doing more exercise and stuff like that, and then you can shed the weight off more easily. Especially from it. Oh yeah. Yeah, magnesium is supposed to be good for what is it? It's supposed to be for is it good for muscle cramps and stuff? But yeah, this I don't know. I was looking into the methylene blue and fibromyalgia, whether it's actually possible treatment for it. But I've heard this thing called hyperbaric oxygen therapy. That might be something to look into as well for certain people. And apparently there might be a synergistic effect with methylene blue. So yeah. So it says here, reduce fibromyalgia pain and manage the condition. Methylene blue, a dye that was first synthesized in the late 19th century, may have anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective properties that could help reduce fibromyalgia pain and manage the condition. So yeah, I have neuropathy in the feet. Magnesium really helps. Oh, really? That's good then. So yeah, maybe as long you take all your your vitamins and minerals first, and then maybe you could try this on top of that. Maybe that can help you, Anton, as well. If you find you still got a bit, maybe the methylene blue could possibly improve that. I might actually look at maybe getting an affiliate link for it actually, because then I can start shilling the stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's like, it does look like it's got a lot of health benefits though. So yeah, I'm gonna suss it out, right? Okay, so basically they're saying methylene blue may be able to enhance activity and protect against damage in the electron transport chain where ATP is finally made. Much of the interest in MB recently has evolved around its effects on the mitochondria. So like I said, it's going to improve mitochondrial function. It's to do with like the electron transport chain. So that's quite interesting. Yeah. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Hope you're all well. So all these, like, someone said that it gave them superpower. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just like exaggeration or something, but anyway, yeah. How are we doing tonight, everybody? Hope you're all well. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Might have to restart the live. I don't know whether to start a new one. It's kind of gone a bit dead, so I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, people, what do you think? I was hoping it was going to be a bit more than this. It's like I've been shadow banned or something already. I don't know what's going on. Where are all my subscribers? Yeah. I might actually try put a poll out on my channel, because I've noticed that sometimes I do polls and they get like freaking 50 votes on them or something, so they can get quite interactive. Maybe I can use that as a way to kind of like engage with my subscribers, and if it gets a lot of engagement, then it gets pushed out to more people, and then it might in turn bring more viewers in. So yeah, they can be good to, yeah. Maybe I'll do one on methylene blue. Maybe I'll put something like, have you heard of methylene blue before, or something like that. Maybe that would be a good one to put out. And people might be curious of like, oh, what's this? So yeah, So yeah, I think I'm gonna just like restart the live.